Hey everybody, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jeremy.
And we are the Trailer Trash Pandas. We did a video just before this on how to get rid of all your shit and move into an RV full time. So if you haven't taken a look at that yet, maybe jump back and look at it, or you can watch it after this one. Doesn't really matter, but we recommend that you look at it.
Yeah, it's not really necessary to be in any specific order with this video and that one. Just good stuff to cover before you leave.
Yep.
In this video, we're going to cover several other topics as well that will help prepare you to move into your RV full time. If you have not yet, we recommend starting on all the things that we're going to cover as soon as you can.
Yeah, we really did not expect so many things. Like internet, we were like, oh, easy. We just choose one and we're done. Or like, yeah, everything just seemed easy and it was not. So just start now.
There's not a lot of black and white, cut and dry things. It's like, well, maybe it'll work for you if this yeah. It's just vague, and you end up having to just make the decision, and it's not a super clear one every time.
Yeah.
So.
Or maybe we're just crazy and we need everything to be perfect and we didn't know the exact right answer.
That's possible too. So when it would come down to it and there wasn't a perfect solution, then we would panic and yeah. But anyways, clearly you're watching this video, so you're utilizing YouTube University. Definitely something that is super helpful.
Oh yeah.
We would be totally lost without having used that prior, during, and while on our journey here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh God, I'm just imagining, like, there's so many things that I was like, oh wait, you have to do that. Like we've already paid for a lot of repairs, but we would have paid for so much more if we had not just been binge watching.
Yeah, she thought I was bullshitting her too so often when I would say we need to get this attachment or adapter or converter, and she thought I was just pulling her leg. But
yeah,
there's a lot of research that goes into this.
Yeah, got so many accessories. I like to say, for all you girls out there, when you were little and you had your Barbie, like camping Barbie is the one I always think of.
Mm-hmm.
You need all the accessories. You need, like, I don't know, her sleeping bag and her tent and all the things. And Jeremy, I like to say, this is his Barbie kit. We have all of the accessories, but like every single one of them has turned out to be very necessary. I tried to fight you on them, and then
yeah,
you're right.
I just make the argument that it's either for safety or some form of comfort and peace of mind, and
he's right. He's right. I want to fight him on all of them, but he's right.
So we can get back to our list here. Sorry for the tangent, but here's back to our list of items that will be beneficial to hit before hitting the road.
Yes, right now. Okay, next one is your job. Obviously, you're going to have to work remote because I guess you could live in a trailer and stay in one place, but who's doing that? You want to move around.
A lot of people, by the way, and if you're one of them, there's no problem there.
We wanted to move around. We want to figure out where we're putting down roots, so we need to be traveling. So we need remote jobs. That is going to take maybe the longest. I don't know. You could get lucky. Everyone's gunning for these jobs, so your competition is huge. So you just want to really get that locked down beforehand. Side note there, we were both looking for remote jobs, and I ended up getting mine just before we left. I actually started the job right after we hit the road. So it was like down to the wire. And we decided, okay, let's just put yours on hold because we still have a lot, that needs to be done on the trailer before we're good to go. So Jeremy, and we thought like, a couple weeks maybe? You would just be working on trailer stuff and then you'd jump back into a job.
It's been months, and even to this day, we're 5-ish months in, and there's still a to-do list of things that haven't been able to hit.
No, it's crazy. So maybe that's, if you can do it, luckily we can get by on my salary, so that's nice. But yeah, maybe something to think about.
Definitely. Tying into that as well, internet is going to be crucial for having and keeping your remote job.
Yeah.
knock on wood, we've had pretty good luck so far with our options that we've come up with. It's always good to have a secondary option for redundancy as well, in case you're on that, Zoom call with your boss and the first option decides to go down. Also, a word to the wise: don't rely on the RV park or campground or wherever to have good, reliable internet. You'll be lucky if they have any internet, and can't say that it's going to be super fast. So a tool that we used that was super helpful was the Mobile Internet Resource Center. They've got tons of research and data and insight into the different options and configurations of internet that you can get while on the road. So definitely give them a look. We'll leave the link to them in our description below.
Yeah, they explain everything in like extreme detail, way better than we ever could. So
yeah, we're not going to go into the details on that. Just know that that is a whole nother ball of wax in itself, and you can go down that rabbit hole. We are not experts on it, and also there's not a one-size-fits-all solution for the internet as well. So good luck to you on that.
Best of luck. Okay, next thing, if you're not going to have a house, you have to figure out how you're going to get your mail. Or maybe even if you do have a house and you don't want to have it just like sitting there and no one's home. So you need to look at some sort of mail forwarding system.
Virtual mailbox, also they call it.
Yeah. We looked at iPostal 1 and Escapees RV Club, and then Traveling Mailbox. And we went with Traveling Mailbox. No complaints. I feel like it's been pretty good.
So far, so good.
Yeah. We haven't lost anything. We got all our mail. So that's good. But what you want to keep in mind when you're picking because you can kind of choose whatever state you want to be in. And we saw that a lot of people would choose states where like the taxes were low or something that would benefit you. And we thought about doing it, but then you have to realize if you choose like, what was this, South Dakota one?
Yeah, I think so. I think South Dakota had lower.
Yeah, wherever
taxes.
It was, you have to know that you're gonna have to go to that state, and you need to get your IDs. You need to get your truck registered. You need to do the same thing with your trailer. You have to kind of like prove that you've moved there. Otherwise, things can get a little tricky. If you got, audited or something, which you probably won't. But it wasn't worth it for us. We said we'll just keep it in Colorado, and it hasn't been an issue.
Yeah, we were also pretty tight on time getting moved out and moved into our trailer when our lease was up, along with a trip cross country that we had. Terrible timing, but anyways, we just decided to keep it as easy as we could and left it in the same state in Colorado. So we'll also leave a link to the my traveling mailbox.
Yeah.
And again, that might not be the perfect fit for you, so definitely do your research on the other options as well. That just seemed to make the most sense for what we were looking for.
Yeah. Okay, and then again, you may or may not need to look into this, but we wanted to find health insurance that would cover us wherever we were. I think Colorado might be a little weird there again, but maybe every state is like this. Should have researched it before we started recording this. But so for us to be in network in Colorado, I'm pretty sure you have to be in the state of Colorado, which we're not, and we won't be for most of the time. So we wanted to find something, like I said, that would cover us wherever we were. And we found a broker through rvinsurancebenefit.com. We can put the link for that in there too. And we're able to get a plan that seems pretty good, but again, we haven't quite used it. I just put in a claim a couple days ago, so I can keep everyone updated on that. If it's good, I'll for sure recommend it. If it's not, I'll let you know.
You'll hear either way.
Yes.
This might be one of the biggest and also the most obvious, but researching and choosing your RV and or tow vehicle if you require a truck to tow your fifth wheel or travel trailer or pop-up or whatever you decide to go with.
Yeah.
Again, not a one-size-fits-all solution for this either. It will vary drastically on, the size of your family, what's your budget. We found something that would work with our existing truck that we had. So we kind of used that to size our travel trailer. So yeah, that all is super important, clearly, and will take a decent amount of time to find the right fit within budget. So I would highly recommend, getting started on that quite a bit earlier than you would maybe anticipate as well. We're talking months
At
before you
least.
plan to hit the road. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's where you're gonna live in that thing. You want to make sure
Yeah,
that's
and
what you want.
yeah, and it may not be perfect the first time, and there may not be a perfect option out there, but yeah, zeroing in on what's going to be the best fit, safest, and most comfortable um, for you and your companions
Yeah.
as you cruise around.
Yeah. And then once you find that RV, if you're like me and you've never driven any sort of trailer, even like a dump trailer, you probably want to practice before you hit the road. So we went and found just like a really big empty parking lot to drive around, like something that I felt comfortable in.
I think it was at a community college.
I think it was
off hours
on like a weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cruise around and just practice, like especially practice your right hand turns because
Backing
it can
up.
get a little squirrely and you might take something out. So just want to make sure that you're at least comfortable with that.
And backing up and just knowing, using your extra wide mirrors. There's just a bunch of little nuances that if you've never done it before, you'll need to figure out before cruising down the highway and pulling your rig through a big city.
We are on the prowl. It's my first time in the car with the trailer behind it. How do you feel?
Feel good. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. Look at that.
In 2 miles, take exit
So crazy. That's our home. That's our home back there.
West 44th Avenue.
While you're practicing driving, that could also be a good time to take your empty trailer and truck to get weighed. CAT scales are some of the most common scales that we've found.
Yeah.
And relatively easy to use.
What's the app? Weigh My Truck?
Weigh My Truck is the app, I believe. And that is helpful to get a login and get set up before going to the scale. But yeah, you want kind of an empty baseline weight for your truck and trailer. That way you can see what cargo you're able to put in there. And I'm not going to go into all of the acronyms and nomenclature for GVW, UVW, GVWR, payload, curb weight, dry weight. That's not for this video.
I have no idea. I have no idea what any of those are.
It's a lot of times difficult for me to keep them all straight in my head. But anyways, main point here, it's beneficial to go get a full empty weight of your rig before you start putting stuff into it as just a benchmark. Yeah.
And like he said, download the app and put all your information in before you get there, because we pulled up and it's so intimidating because all the other semi trucks are around you, and we pull up onto the scale the first time and we just look at it because we thought it would just tell us. We didn't know there was an app. No one told us. So then we like panic and pull off and we have to come back around. So download the app, put in your information, and then what you'll do is pull up onto the scale. You'll tell it, you'll confirm your location, and then I think maybe put in a little more information, and then it'll go and it gives you your weight and you're done. But you just don't want to be the person that's holding everyone up looking like a newbie.
Yeah, definitely a bit intimidating with the truckers around.
Yeah.
So set up your app before you go.
Yep. One more thing. So once you've weighed it empty, now you can start putting stuff in it. But before you do, I'm psycho, so I had to deep clean everything, and it's way easier to do it when there's nothing in there. So we recommend deep cleaning, and then this could probably be done while you're moving stuff in, but your repairs.
Yeah, definitely do any repairs and regular maintenance as far as, greasing your wheel bearings and just checking your tires, checking your roof, getting up there and making sure there's nothing that needs to be sealed up before you get in any inclement weather. The laundry list is huge, but just doing as much of the repair and maintenance work as you can before you leave will be super helpful, because if you're anything like us, we got rid of the majority of our big tools. We have a small collapsible ladder now, but you know, all the big stuff, the workshop, all that stuff is gone now that we're on the road. So
Yeah.
it was much easier to do as much as possible before we left.
Yeah. Use your tools while you have them. And I think that's it.
That's probably a decent list. It's maybe not all encompassing, but those were some of the big ones that we thought would be important to share with you guys before you embark on your journey.
Yeah. Yeah, so let us know if you want more details on anything that we listed, and we can, I don't know, we can do some more videos on them.
Yeah, feel free to, you know, leave a comment on anything you want us to go into more in depth.
Yeah.
If you like where this is going, this is only our second video, so we're fine-tuning some stuff here and figuring out our process. But if you like where this is going, maybe subscribe to our channel and hopefully see you on the road.
Yeah, see you out there.